Hello and welcome to the show. Now I know a lot of you have wanted to see me drive the Lotus 98T around the snowy Nurburgring. However, that was the plan today, but I can't. You see, Project Cars won't allow that vehicle to run on snow/ice tyres. It'll let everything else run as far as I've come across, but that Lotus will not get them. I tried to look through, it only puts the car onto wet tyres. Now, if somebody knows a way of forcing the game or making the game do that, whether there's a mod perhaps that allows the cars to do that, please do let me know, because I would like to run the car. At the moment I can't. It's next to pointless in driving it. So instead what we've got today is the Formula A. This is essentially a 2011 Formula 1 car with a screaming V8. It's still going to be pretty mad. 760 horsepower, very, very light. It's a Formula 1 car. It is stupendously quick in the dry. Of course, we are not in the dry. I've got one lap around the Nurburgring here. Just one lap to try and beat a 9:22. That was the time set by the Audi S1 as our kind of benchmark. The overall leader is still the Zonda R with a 9:15. Now, theoretically, even in these conditions, I would perhaps expect a Formula 1 car to be able, well, to go fast. It's going to be quick down the straight and is going to have probably the most downforce we have seen so far. And downforce is still useful in the snow. However, that is assuming everything goes according to plan and that I can keep the car out of the walls, because I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be very difficult to drive. We don't have big turbos to worry about. We don't have huge turbos that are going to suddenly spool up and kicking at a really awkward point. However, I'm not sure it's going to need those to cause trouble. I think that the Camaro's 400 horsepower and quite a heavy car worked. Whoa, there's no rear end grip at all. Oh no. There is no rear end grip. Now, all of the downforce of this car is not really going to be helping at the moment. It's all too slow through here. We're not going to be generating any, well, we're going to be generating some, but nowhere near enough downforce. I actually have a little bit of a fear that this car is going to generate so much front-end grip that the rear can't actually stay with it. We need a lot more rear-end grip, it would seem, in this. I'm quite... God, that's 40 miles an hour, and the back end is letting go. We're going to have to be very tentative. Now, there should be some pretty damn good acceleration. I mean, traction is not bad. You've got to bear in mind, of course, this has got very, very sophisticated suspension. So that should translate into still being a good car at the end of the day. My problem is that, yeah, the front end has got massive amounts of turning, and the back cannot even possibly hope to keep up with it. The brakes are going to be very good on here as well, of course. Can I get to full throttle? Is there going to be a point here where I can open the taps up? Yeah, I am too. Full throttle. But I don't at all trust this car. I don't really don't at all trust this car. Please slow down for this corner. Right, the brakes are good, but there's only so much grip on this on this surface. There is only so much grip available to the Formula A. I really don't want to go near curbs. I have a sneaky suspicion curbs, bumps, crests are going to do mean things to this car if we catch them wonkily. We're going to be careful up here. I can take this corner faster, but if I do, I have a sneaky suspicion we won't slow down for this next turn, because even at that relatively low speed, it's moving around no end. That's like... The back of this car is not connected in any way to the front. It just doesn't feel like it. The front is not terrible to drive. It's just nothing in terms of rear-end grip. And yeah, the faster I go, the more downforce I get. But if that still adds on grip at the same kind of ratio with the front to rear, you get more front-end grip. We're still going to be really struggling. Oh, there is no rear-end stability in this car. In fact, this is very scary. Just trying to slow it down into a corner. That very nearly went left into a right-hander. I managed to catch it, but only just. Oh, we're moving around. As soon as it starts moving around, I got a lift, I lose speed, and that makes things worse. I don't know what the tyre world temperatures are going to be like. It's probably not going to be helping. We're probably not going quick enough to generate temperature. I also don't know how ice tyres really work in terms of tyre temperature. Oh, please slow down. Okay, I really don't like these slow corners. I would much prefer some higher speed corners, because at 40 miles an hour, this thing just moves around constantly. And I don't like that. I want my cars nice and stable. That's why I like the Camaro. The Camaro was very nice here. Please, Formula 1 car, no. I think this is wigglier than the bloody Red Bull in some ways. Certainly at these low speeds. I mean, I'm not able to be stupid with the throttle. I was full throttle coming over this crest in the Camaro. I'm not even going to be able to get remotely near that in the Formula A. Of course, this will be quicker than the Camaro in terms of its acceleration. There is no doubt about that, but it's whether the Camaro being able to average speed faster over the course of a lap, and the same with this against the likes of the Audi and the likes of the Zonda are even. I mean, the Zonda was a bit of a faff through tight technical sections, but that was a lot more composed and balanced than we are seeing from this. Now, we have got some fast corners coming up here. Can I get away with some more speed in the Formula A? It feels like we can maybe do a bit more here. Yes, we can. Right, let's get up through some of these gears. Now, the ice tyres, the snow tyres, will limit this car in terms of top speed, I presume, through the added friction. So we're not going to be seeing ludicrous top speeds when we get down to that back straight, perhaps. But, oh, I don't like that corner at all in this. It's not fun. However, it's still likely to be pretty damn fast. We're going to have to hope that we can make up some time down there, potentially. Certainly over the likes of the Camaro, we might be able to make up some time. Oh, no, this is going to go badly wrong. Into the hairpin, we're just going to slip and slide way into there. It's nothing. Absolutely. It does kind of remind me, there is, I'm assuming it's still around on YouTube, a video of a Nurburgring driving instructor taking, I think it was a Formula Rookie sort of style car, a fairly low tier Formula 1 car, around the Nurburgring when it was covered in snow, and that thing was wheeling everywhere, out of every corner, and this kind of feels like that, only this has got considerably more power and is going considerably faster when things go a little bit awry. And, well, I'm doing this on a video game, and he was actually being a lunatic in real life. But, you know, I mean, give me a Formula 1 car, I'd try it. I've been it, but I'd try it. Oh, no. There is so little grip in this vehicle. As I said, the Camaro, the Trans Am Camaro that we took out last time was nicer to drive than this by a long way. By a very, very long way. I mean, the Sierra with its on-off switch in terms of a throttle had many problems of its own in the power delivery part, but actually through the corners, again, even that was more stable than this. That was way more stable than this. This is just, it really, really is just nothing at the back, and we're coming into the really slow twisty sections here, which I could do without a lot of moving around from the car. This is actually where we spun the V8 supercar coming down this hill, so I'm a little bit wary of being too brave with the Formula A. Again, we're going to be no, we're fine. Maybe we're fine. It's still going to move around. It moves around up the hill. Yeah, I can't put any power down, because as soon as I do, I mean, yeah, if I dump the throttle now, it's just going to spin the wheels and we'll go round. So I've got to be very mindful. Still trying to keep off all of the curbs. Still trying to keep off all of the bumps. Trying not to lock the brakes up into these next corners. We go. Oh. There is constantly something going on with this car. You do not get a moment to rest. I mean, Nurburgring is a busy circuit at the best of times, but this is just this is just incredible. Again, we will get some speed down here. We're going to immediately have to try and take it all off, because I don't trust the car to carry anything through there. Little bit better. I say a little bit better. We were around there smoothly without the back end stepping out. We're not around the next corner smoothly. Nope. Nothing in terms of grip. We're again going to have to really slow down here. Perhaps a little bit wide. Oh, we're a little bit wider. We're on the bottom of the car. I think we pretty much bottomed it out across the mini carousel there. Okay, now we've got the straight. We've got the straight to come, and we have got plenty of power. We should have plenty of straight line speed if we can utilise it, which we should. Unlike the Red Bull that couldn't go in a straight line, this should be able to go in a straight line at least down here. Once we have got the power down, yeah, we're up into 5th gear, we will go for it. I don't think we're going to crack the 200 mile an hour mark with this. I don't know if we have a 7th gear. Do we have a 7th gear? We do indeed. Now, we should be good to run this next corner flat, I would hope. We've done it in some more dicey cars than this at high speeds, so this should be good to run flat out. I mean, I'm going to do very, very little steering movement, as little a steering movement as I can get away with. Now, I'm going to try and bring it into here nice and controlled, because I don't want to have to try and do a very, very big late dive under brakes, because we'll just lose the back end some more. Come on, come on. I can't actually turn it in any harder than that. We're a little bit across the grass. There's a gear. That's a second, but a second is a lot of wheel spin here. Come on, Formula A. Get some traction. Go, 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 go. Stop moving. It is going to be, I think, the fastest car we have had. It's across the line. It's a 904. We have spun it. We didn't roll it, at least. Oh, I can have a rest now. We can definitely have a rest now. That's bonkers. That really is. The difference between getting a car turned into a corner and carrying some speed and just spinning wildly out of control is so minute. That front end grip is so immense, and the back simply cannot even begin to hope to deal with all of that. It can't live. That wing is not enough, and it's not generating enough at the lower speeds, so it's wibbly and wobbly and slidey and difficult. Yeah, you are constantly fighting this car around the Nurburgring, near constantly. However, it will go fastest. The Formula A is going to go to the top of the table. That 904 puts it some 10 seconds clear of the Zonda R. We couldn't quite beat the 9-minute barrier on a perfect run. I'm sure you could, but when it's your one shot at doing it, a 904 I think is pretty good going from this car. I mean, that convincingly beats the Audi, but I say convincingly beats the Audi. Put that into context. Yes, that does. It does convincingly beat the Audi. It's 18 seconds faster, but also, that's an Audi S1 only 18 seconds down on a Formula 1 car around a very long circuit. Yes, of course, the Audi has that all-wheel drive grip, which is so very important around here, and this wiggles and wiggles and wiggles. But, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing, indeed. It's a mad machine. A mad machine, indeed, and a lot of throttle control and a lot of steering inputs are needed to keep it all together. But I did manage to do it. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.